SOLMAMAKWA joins Net News Ledger by Zoom after a trip to Neskantaga to see firsthand the issue with water in this community.
It's James with Net News Ledger. Joining us by Zoom is SOLMAMAKWA, who is the Member of Provincial Parliament in Ontario for the North. And Sol, I always have fun with your riding name, so I'll let you share that with our readers and our viewers. You were just up in Neskantaga, though, to check out the water issue.
Yes, it's great to be here, James. Great to speak with you again. And I'm a provincial member of parliament for the MPP, member of provincial parliament for the riding of Kiwetnug, which means north in our language.
Water in Neskantaga, this is the longest boil water order in Canadian history. It's 25 years, 9,300, and is it up to 79 or 90 days yet? Is there an end in sight?
You know, yes, I flew up on Monday morning, and the chief had invited me to, visit the community and visit the 24 people that were on the ground looking after the infrastructure and also the homes. Not only that, but also the pets, right? So they had about 80 plus dogs and some cats that they were looking after. So yeah, it was I got to spend some time there, and really as soon as you get off the plane, the media had been there already, and then I seen some signs that reflected some of the things that the community members that were there were feeling, and how they were been neglected by governments, and the way they were treated, as if when we talk about 25 years of boil advisory, to be exact, it's February the 1st, 1995, when the BWA was implemented in the community of Neskantaga. So it was a very a trip that really I needed to be there just to kind of see what's happening on the ground on on that day, and just to kind of see, like, I've been to Neskantaga over the last number of years. I've been there several times, but the extent that the impact and seeing the oily substance that's on the water treatment plant, and the water treatment plant, the water that's there, like you could just see it, right? So it's very evident that something is there, and technicians were taking the water, and I was able to talk to some of the community members, what they were feeling, what they how they were seeing things, and it's just it's in your face, this racism, colonialism, and it's just in your face, and you see how the people are treated with the lack of when we talk about complacency on part of the government, being complacent and doing the what you might call it, the band-aid solutions that have been implemented. What you see is a backfire of those band-aid solutions, and we cannot continue to accept band-aid solutions and fix it here, fix this issue. We cannot continue to do that, because it just it becomes a crisis. It becomes a water crisis, and it was unfortunate, in speaking with the leadership and speaking with the chief, when they were planning to evacuate, where the federal officials said that the water should be good, and saying just boil the water, and you'll be able to drink it. And you have to, how can you do that when you don't actually go to the site, and when you actually like that's unfortunate. So I think I think my visit was for me, I had to be there just because I think sometimes I've spoken to you about this numerous times, how especially this government, especially Ontario, whereby they continue to play the jurisdictional hot potato of on some of the programming services, some of the responsibilities and accountability of what we face in our First Nation communities. So it was very important that, especially when, we're part of Ontario, we're part of Canada, and sometimes people don't see what's happening there. It was a very very moving visit, and Ontario has to be part of the solution, and Ontario has to be able to say, how can we help?
Stay informed and stay up to date. Hit subscribe, hit like, share this with a friend. Make sure you hit the little bell so you get notified the next time that we have a video up. Thanks for tuning in to Net News Ledger.